Hi, my name is Jill. You are here at Road Culture Rules, and today's video, for those of you who want the super short version, is the same as the title. No, I have no idea, or yes, I have no idea what I'm doing on YouTube. That is what this video is going to be about. So if you want to hear more, you can take a deep breath, hold for 4, exhale, and we will see you on the other side. Good morning. Can you see the antelope? I know they're close, but they can't decide if they want to come closer or run away. I haven't let him off the leash yet. This is what I love. So as I'm talking more and more about communication, there seems to be some information in the comment section that says I don't do a very good job communicating. So, and that I don't know what I'm doing. So I am going to address that today. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I have no idea what I'm doing here on YouTube. And I think that has been very clear over the course of my long stay here, trying to figure out what I'm doing. And even though I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not even communicating it very well. You are entitled to your opinion. You don't have to watch, and yet I think you still are. So a couple things about that. On the communication piece, I will tell you that even though men complain about the way women speak and that we probably do speak too fast, so I will try and slow it down just a bit. I will also tell you, having gotten fired more than once for speaking like a man, you guys don't really like it when we are very male-oriented. I think other than, you know, what you need at the store, honey, what do you need at the store? Without the big verbal version of that, just list the 3 things. Or I do know giving directions. I've had women do that to me, and right, just tell me how to get there. So my experience has been that you don't like it, that I have learned I have to do exactly what I'm doing right now. I have to back it up, I have to qualify it, I have to soften it. It's just the way it is. Even though you say you don't like it, I have been fired multiple times. Not multiple, I'd say twice. I've been fired probably twice, and I've had multiple corrections around being too blunt. So I'm just saying that I am a girl, I am a female, I am a woman, I speak like one, and it took me a while to learn how to do it. So that's the first piece. The second piece is, no, I have no idea what I'm doing here on YouTube. I think I have made that abundantly clear throughout the course of all of my videos at some point or another. I really don't know. So I spent a lot of time the last couple of days. I stepped back and I've taken quite a bit of time trying to figure out what my bottom line is. And, you know, I have a vision of it. I don't know how to communicate it, but I used to think it was building the new world, and because that's been very powerful for me for a long time. And that may not be something that you think about or you talk about, but where it's really moved in the last few months, that's why I've been talking about the AI, is that it's really not about building a new world. That's not going to be the answer. The real bigger issue is, for lack of a better way of saying it, is to save humanity. And what I mean by that is that we are, for those of people who aren't interested in, you know, the things that are happening out in the world, it doesn't make any sense. Anybody who's spent any time looking at the financial situation, that's looked at the health situation, if you want to get to a really interesting conversation, you can look at genetics, about how our species is becoming genetically devolving, not evolving. There's all this genetic, without intervention, our DNA replicates, and it's becoming more and more corrupted, for lack of a better way of saying that. So there's a lot of stuff happening. It's just fascinating to me. But at its core, we as humans, as we enter into this hybrid state where things are going to be changing even more rapidly, we are losing our humanity. And the question that's on the table is really about saving us, as a species, in terms of, do we want to stay human? That's why I made that video about genuine human. So the other piece of that has reared its little head for me lately in the last few months is that the only way that's going to happen is if men show up. And I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say, I need you to show up. We need you to show up. We, humanity, needs you to show up. And what I mean by showing up is none of this is going to get turned around unless all of us come together. And I, even more so in the last few months, have really come to the conclusion that men really need to show up. I think there's some women that are tied into this, like me, that think more like men and are more worried about it. But if men don't come back to the table, so to speak, then it really is over. And for whatever reason, that's something that's kind of lit a fire in me that said that I want to be part of that conversation, and I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to tell you, I really want you to come back and show up. And it's not just that simple, because it's so much more complex than that. And that's where it gets really difficult, because, I keep talking about these 3 levels, because the first, before we can really be heroes and save humanity, we really have to go inside and heal what's going on within us. And nobody really wants to hear or talk about that. But I'm listening right now to all these men doing amazing work with other men, and how, one, I can't be involved in that. I think men have to work with men on that subject. 2, nobody can make you want to do it. It's something that has to be, a fire that has to be lit within you because you want it. And the reason, why I keep talking about this male-female stuff is that it's not just about you, it's about us as women too, or I will say me, right? As a woman, I have to go inside and heal those imbalances within myself, because we have to come to the party whole this time, where before I think that the genders were more separated, and now that's part of what this new world is all about, and we will only be able to build it if we save ourselves. And the way we do that is we really heal the broken places within us, and I think that's really what this is all about. But I know I don't want to teach it. I don't want to do the one-on-one work. I don't want to do the workshops. I don't want to do that kind of stuff. And so when I say I don't know what I'm doing here on YouTube, I have this incredibly large idea that you can't have in a one-on-one conversation, because people will think you're insane. And I'm sure you're having, if you're still here, that may be a thought you're having too. What are you talking about? This is just the process, right? So I have this great big message. I can't do anything about it for anybody but myself. I want to participate. I want to be part of this bigger idea. What I've learned is that video is the most powerful means to do that. I heard this, that really clicked for me when I heard Dinesh D'Souza, who's the #1 documentary filmmaker, is that he can write a book, 100,000 people will buy it. Maybe they say only 10% of people who buy a book actually read it. Even fewer read past the first chapter. Or he can make a documentary and 10 million people will watch it. And that's, that really clicked for me. And you can see the video time is just increasing. Now, I'm all about getting off of social media, but this is an amazing format that I just happen to know how to do. And whether I can be helpful or successful will remain to be seen. But even my tiny little channel, right, me just out here in the middle of nowhere, I've got between 1,000 and 2,000 people watching every day. Just think about that. I mean, I could never go out and talk in person to that many people. And so it's a platform that I recognize the immense power of. But I have no idea how to harness that and use it in the way that I think will be most effective, because I think it's still a very new medium. There's so many issues around, non-linear storytelling. People just come into all different parts of the story. You can't say everything in a 10-minute clip. People come, people go. So there is so much about this format that is still left to be discovered. I'm not in an age group that's exciting for as a woman. I'm not speaking a message that a lot of people want to hear or even know about. If I was gaming, I would be, way much further ahead of the game. So there are so many things about YouTube and short video that are wildly uncertain and unknown. The only thing I know, there's two things I know. One is it's a very powerful medium that I want to figure out how to use. And two, I am in uncharted and unexplored territory, which, if you know me, is my favorite kind. So, yeah, I am kind of banging around, not making sense, and yammering on and being unclear. But the reason I keep doing it, and I'm continuing to show up to do it, is the bigger idea is we are in just an amazing period of time right now. And I believe it is about saving humanity. And I fully get right now that men must be a part of that, and I don't know what to do about it or how to be helpful, but I'm going to just keep showing up and doing what I can do. And for those of you who are women who are watching this, thumbs up, that together we've just got to figure out how we as men and women can come together to do what we need to do inside us, to do what we need to do within our families and our primary relationships. And then we'll really have the skills and the foundation to move out into the world and make that kind of change that needs to happen. So that's really what I'm doing on YouTube, and I don't know how to do it, but there is the big old long-winded, over 10-minute version. See, I tried, but I'm only a little bit able to do this. So we're just going to leave now because I've already yammered on for too long. So we're going to take one more deep breath for the road as I hope you'll rise with the sun in your eyes, love in your heart, feet firmly on the ground, because I am walking on survival road with you. Because it is about survival, and it's a very long road. And with that, live free and die wild, my friend. I will see you next time.